I've been in a hot tub with Ziggs. That's awkward.
No, we're not doing those stories. We are not doing those stories.
Since all of us have been at the Buzz here for a long time, 20 years, Ziggs, what?
I'm not getting into that. It makes me seem old.
Well, I've already said mine, 20. You can't be any older than that. 15?
16.
16. Ziggs has been here 16. Squeegee over here.
I think 7.
7.
6.
No, 6.
6.
No, 6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Going
guys
on
were
7.
close.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know, we go out a lot. We're on the air a lot. We do a lot of different things in front of people.
We're human beings.
Yes. So I figure everybody in here has got a couple of embarrassing stories that have happened to them over the years.
Couple. At least.
Awkward. Doesn't have to be embarrassing.
Okay.
Awkward. Me and Ziggs have a few we could share. We probably won't. I know the statute of limitations might still be going on those.
No, we need to hear those.
On a few of those.
Well,
We'll wait till the camera's
video.
stop.
That's a different video.
This is
So-
like disclaimer. These are the embarrassing moments that we are comfortable sharing with the public.
Right.
Okay, I got one to start. I remember.
Okay, let's do it.
It really was an embarrassing moment. It was just kind of one of those awkward moments, and it was right when I first started working for the Buzz. It was out at BuzzFest, I believe it was.
That's Starwood?
Yes, it was either BuzzFest or Ozfest.
No, it was Ozfest.
Ozfest. Okay,
You were doing the backstage interviews.
Yes. All right. Yeah, it gets a little fuzzy. So we're doing interviews, and I'm set to interview Zach Wilde, and he was supposed to be there, and then he was late. So I had started the break, and even at the time, I think I had a drink in my hand. I think I had a beer that I was. I don't even think I was drinking the beer at the time. I was
Whatever.
passing
you know
it.
what you were doing.
No admission. There's no photo, so there's no proof. So he comes up, and he's running late, and so we immediately hand him a mic, and he walks up to me, and his first words were, "Whose D do you have to suck around here to get a beer?" Obviously, you know.
Nice.
He says this into the microphone that
this
I
live
just
on the
handed.
air?
That is live.
This was live
air.
on
Wow.
the air.
Yeah.
You're here at
You should have said
Buzz.
me.
That's right. Here you go. Right here, buddy.
Yeah.
Here you go, Zach.
I don't know. Have you ever seen Zach?
Yeah,
out
he's
there,
pretty
right?
intense. Well, I think your first mistake there was handing Zach Wilde a live mic.
The one that I did think of was it was either my fault or it was all of our faults because we didn't research. This past year when we were all talking about
no.
the new Alice in Chains
That's
album
right.
called Rainier Frog.
Yes.
Rainier Frog.
Oh my God.
Rainier
Somebody,
Frog.
the day before the album was released, somebody
I
called
was-
and
I
said,
looked-
you guys know that it's fog and night, right? Not frog.
Oh,
well,
no,
I was looking
that
at
was
it. It
pretty
took me a minute
bonehead.
to
Yeah,
go
that's
like, wait a
bad.
minute. They're not saying rainier. They're saying rainier, but not rainier.
Yeah, and
I
the thing
read an article. I was
is
like,
that we all went to the post that you had put up to talk about the new album because
But
you had
I
put that up.
copied that from another.
Yeah.
little
And
control
I'm
C,
thinking,
little
what a-
control V,
Says
and you
now.
didn't know what was going on.
But I mean,
What
none
a
of us.
stupid name for an album. The day
were. That
before
was
it
the
was
whole
It's Alice
the
in
day
Chains, man.
before
They
it
can
was
call it whatever.
released.
Yeah.
Somebody finally called us up and let us off the hook. They're like, "You guys know it's fog, right? Not frog." And we're
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God!" And it's Alice in Chains. It's not like some band that's like just getting their start.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
damn.
that
Well,
is
we thought
embarrassing.
we thought they were saying like rainier, like rain, instead of rainier,
Yeah.
like the mountain.
We were actually having a conversation about how it relates to their old song. Does this have something to do with their song Frogs or something?
yeah.
I was trying to figure it out because I had no idea.
For
that was dumb.
For months,
Oh, that
we were
is so
saying
embarrassing.
I
frog.
forgot all about that.
I
Holy
did
crap,
too.
my Lord,
I probably
For
blocked it
months.
out because I didn't want to remember how stupid we were. Oh man!
Oh,
and
we
we were just lemmings. We just sat there,
Right.
read that on air. Even our brains, and that's how
Who's the one
dumb
who
we
told
are.
us- who's the
That's
one
how
who told
dumb
us
we
the
are.
name
We
of that
didn't even
song
listen
or
to
that album?
ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody.
We didn't even listen to ourselves going, this can't be the name of this album. Well, okay, we'll still say it, Rainier Frog.
That's right.
Dumbasses.
I think I'm
We're
the
so
only one
dumb.
that actually said it right. I just like to get
No,
that.
yeah,
Whatever.
whatever. You know, I've had a couple of them. I don't know if you'd call them embarrassing moments here, but they all involved me getting locked in a room.
Actually, it was
locked out.
this room.
It was
this
this
room.
room right here.
Check the
Like This was like I don't know, about 6 years ago. And like Haley had just started. She was doing 7 to midnights, and I was rolling in here doing overnights. And this is back when we hated each other and like didn't talk to each other or anything like that.
When we hated each other?
When we hate, well, oh, you still hate me. That's right. No, it's like, so I came in here and I'm like going, well, I need to record some stuff. So I'm gonna close the door. So it's like 11:45. She's done her last break. And I go over here and grab the door and I'm locked in. I can't get out. I'm pounding on the door. I don't know if I'm trying to call the hotline. Hello. I'm locked in this room.
Gone.
She'd already bolted, man. And I'm like,
well, of course she's bold.
yeah. So like, I'm looking for somebody here in the building. I don't know if anybody's here in the building or not, man. So I'm stuck in here and I'm like going, well, crap, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to remote in to the studio and start doing my show. Like the first 30, 45 minutes, I was locked in here for my show.
I remember this guy calls me, right? Because I'm at home. And I mean, this is in the middle of the night. And what night was it?
It was like a Wednesday night, Thursday night, or something like that.
I remember coming in that morning.
Yeah.
and he's like, man, I'm locked in the studio. I can't get out. And I'm like, well, can you do your show? Well, yeah, I can do that. I was like, all right, you're good.
But I got to leave at some point. Yeah. No, I remember. I can confirm that because earlier that night I had to record something in this studio. Same thing happened to me, but I just panicked and eventually just busted the thing open. So I'm like, okay, that's my luck. That would be something that would happen to me. So I didn't think of telling him. Then he got really mad at me when I told him the same thing happened to me, but I got out.
Thanks for letting me know. And then the other time is I got locked in the Buzz studio. It was like right before you were coming in, and I was trying to get out, but no, the damn door wouldn't open. Oh my God, what am I going to do?
We're never getting out of here today.
No.
And then one time, there was another time that I forgot my key.
Oh,
yeah, that's happened to many a great people over the years.
I had my phone, so I was able to call somebody, go like, dude, where are you at right now? Could you come let me in? Thank you. And so, yeah, made it in.
Because without that key, the only thing that opens those doors is a brick.
That's exactly right.
That's it.
My embarrassing story goes until or right before I started working here. Speaking of getting into the door. So I went downstairs to the reception area for my interview, my very first interview with Troy when he was here. And for whatever reason, I only saw because there are two there's two staircases on both sides of the building. So I go into the reception area. They're like, go up the stairs. They'll be waiting for you for your interview up there. I'm like, all right. Didn't even see the stairs next to the reception area. So I went up on the opposite end of the building. And I'm standing there and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And I'm like, are these people going to come get me? So on the other end, I see that they're waiting for me on the other side. I'm like, oh my God. So I go down, go back up. Oh, sorry about that. Oh my God, this is the wrong set of stairs. I'm sorry. So I sit down for my interview. And the first question that he asked me was, so you worked in other radio stations, huh? What was the name of the program that you used? First question, not a how are you, nothing. He's like, what was the program that you used before? And I'm like, for the life of me, I couldn't figure it out. My brain farted so badly, I couldn't figure it out. And I literally told him, I said, I don't really remember. And he's like, well, it's important that you know that. And at that point, I just want to be like, you know what? It's been real. Thank you for your time.
Right,
I am way too humiliated to even go any further. But needless to say, it ended up working out anyway.
And professional, why don't you keep talking into the microphone there?
So,
radio much?
I'm trying to make eye contact.
Okay.
So,
well, my eyes are up here, not down there.
I was at Wild Horse Saloon. You know how we have to do stage announcements sometime, and I cannot for the life of me remember the name of this band. Obviously,
that you're introducing.
I could not remember it then. I can't remember it now. But apparently it was something close. Apparently it was something close to Deer Park, because I don't know.
Deer Tick?
It was Deer Creek, maybe. Deer
I think
Tick.
I remember this. I
forgot who they opened for.
Oh my God!
But they were opening for like a pretty big band. So anyway, I did my thing. Hey, I'm Dagwood and Buzz, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for coming out to Wild Horse. You know, we all do. Get crazy. And
live music next.
I go, welcome to the stage, Deer Park.
Oh, no, and that's not the name of the band.
Of course, the crowd doesn't know. Nobody knows who these people are, and they're clapping. And I walk off, and one of the guys in the band goes, I think that's a water dude. And so I, to this day,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I don't know what the name of that. So I apologize to that band.
Whoever they were.
Oh, no.
Who they were.
Oh,
Whoever
that
they wanted to
sinking
be.
feeling, too.
Oh, it was awful.
There was one time, this was about 4 years ago, when I was, for some reason you couldn't, the Arcs with Dan Auerbach.
Yeah.
And we were doing this live Periscope interview.
Oh, yeah.
We were doing this live interview with the Arcs. And this is when they were brand freaking new. Like, there was nothing on Wikipedia about them. There was nothing anywhere. So the only thing is, like, their management or something sent me this Billboard link. Here are the names of everybody in the band. Here's this Billboard link. So I was fully just holding on tight to that interview. I'm like, I've got nothing else to, whatever. So I remember telling Dan, I'm like, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but the headline said something about Dan Auerbach saying this about the Arcs and how it's different from Black Keys or something. And I said, so the Arcs, you said, or you told Billboard that it's different from Black Keys because this. And he's like, yeah, I don't remember saying that.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you
And
talking about that.
I froze. I didn't know what. Okay, so do you like cats? What's your favorite color?
That's awful.
I had
man.
no idea what to say after that. I'm like, oh.
I had Corey Taylor on the phone one time, and it was just something small, but I was like, hey, we got on the phone Corey Taylor from Slipknot, and he was calling to promote the Stone Sour.
Stone Sour, oh, yeah.
Just dumb stuff like that stuff that makes you feel so
What about that
stupid.
buzz session where I was interviewing Dexter and Noodles from Offspring?
Oh,
and
I've
it was
heard
the
horror
first,
stories from
Yeah, it was.
They were so bad.
And they're really nice guys
Yeah.
at the end of the day. I guess they just get awkward during interviews or whatever. Maybe I was having a bad day. I don't know. But I was leading up the question because Dexter's done so much. He has the hot sauce. He has like a PhD.
Right.
He's a pilot.
Yeah.
He flew around the world.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning some of that stuff, and I said something about flying around the world, doing the solo flight, around. That had to be a pretty unreal experience. Hopefully that he would expound on the question, right? And his response was, "Yep."
Yeah.
no.
Same thing when
The
I was
dreaded
doing him too.
yup.
Last buzz session we did with him, I was like, going, dude, you guys, man, I'm jealous. You guys got together after seeing Bad Religion at a show one time. It's like, riot broke out, and then afterwards, y'all met up at your house. Y'all drink a beer and stuff. Man, that must have been real cool, man. I'm jealous of y'all. Like, what was it like seeing those guys? Oh, it was cool.
Yeah, and as an
Okay.
interviewer
Yeah.
like that, it freezes
Oh,
you.
it's
and
just-
you-
it
yeah.
ruins
Well,
the whole
buzz sessions
thing.
can get so awkward because when Highly Suspect was down here a few years
Yeah.
ago, they showed up in their pajamas because
Oh,
they
yeah.
didn't know it was going to be a video.
Yeah.
So they were kind of like not really prepared for an interview of any kind. So they were kind of like, yep, yeah, it's good. Mm-hmm.
Not
Anybody ever
a
walked
radio
into a
guy.
glass window?
What's that?
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Here?
Right down the road. Hollywood. Remember it was Hollywood Video?
Yeah, right.
Walter Koenig was down there. Chekhov from Star Trek. I was going to go down and meet Chekhov. I was going, all right, man.
That's embarrassing right there.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
you
going to go
don't-
meet dude from
Yeah,
Star Trek,
right.
man.
That's
You're
it.
trying to explain
Stop.
your way out of
There
this.
you
That's
go.
it.
So,
That's the topper.
I didn't actually see the front door.
I still don't know.
So
what it is.
I saw who was ever doing the remote there and walked right into the glass window, trying to walk
love
up
it
to
when
the
that
door. Bam! Oh, and luckily nobody saw it, so I could just walk right on around the front.
I just remember like when I first started here, all of my embarrassing moments were in front of Ziggs because I didn't know you very well. And when I was starting full time, you probably don't even remember this, but I still lose sleep over it. That's a lie. But there was I was filling in middays, and there was one time I was about to come up on what I thought said Rush twice on the playlist. And there was no, because when we played 2 in a row, do you remember this?
I think so.
Okay. When we played 2 in a row, it's a double shot, but there was no double shot in between.
Mm-hmm.
So oh my God, it's coming up. So I race into his office and I'm like, is it supposed to be a double shot? Like, why does it say Rush twice? And he looks up at me after like 10 seconds. He's like, one of them says Bush. And I'm like, didn't even bother looking at the title of the song. I'm just like, you're like, it's okay. I'm not judging you. I'm
Push
like, he's
Rush.
judging
Oh,
me.
he
totally
judged- he's
judged
judging
you.
right now.
I was on air. This was in Georgia. We were doing a Halloween broadcast. I was interviewing. This is where I learned you never interview people randomly at a show or a
That's
party
right.
live on air.
No.
You have to get like burned once before you realize it's hot, right? It's like a kid touching a stove. So I'm there and we're talking about, and this girl walks up and she's dressed in the typical Halloween garb for the drunk chick at the bar, meaning she's just dressed like slutty.
Yeah.
And so I thought I was going to, be funny and walk up and go, hey, so, So what are you dressed as? And because she wasn't dressed as anything, right? Just a bunch of stuff on.
A hooker.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I was, it was going to see. But she turns around and she goes, well, like they say, Cinderella from the line, from the Pretty Woman line, right? And live on air, F-bomb. This is in a market. There was no dump button.
No.
So I know
No.
it went live on air, and I went, whoa, that's why you don't let people talk on the microphone. Come out and join us.
I did that live
blah,
on
blah.
the air here in Nashville. I was doing overnights at a different station. There was this one guy who would call every night and just talk about his sound system. Man, I got this new sound system, blah, 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 blah. So one night he calls and he's just going on and on. I'm like going, hey man, hold on. I'm trying to interrupt. Hold on. I gotta answer this phone. So it was the hotline ringing. It was the ex-wife. Hey, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just livid. I'm just like going, Jesus Christ, man. I can't get this effing raging Cajun guy off the phone and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like going, hey. And I look down at the microphone. It's wide open. Oh, my God. I turn it off. The ex-wife's going like, hey, what's going on? I was like going, oh, my God, man. I think I just said that on the air. She's like, really? I was like going, oh, my God. I was like, maybe nobody heard because it was playing over like a David Bowie song or whatever. And so I'm like, I don't know. Oh, God, no, the phone's ringing. Oh, no, the phone's ringing.
David Bowie. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, my God. The phone's ringing. Answer it, man. Answer it. See what they say. No, I don't wanna, man. Answer it. I was like, all right, hang on. Hello? Hey, we just want to let the guy on the radio know we can hear him talking over that song. Okay, I'll let him know. Thanks.
Thanks.
Oh, my God.
Well, you do know the hotline's only for like program directors and stuff.
Well,
right? You're not supposed to give the wife they get the warm line. I have saved my best one for last.
All right, let's hear this.
Oh, you still have another? Okay.
I mean, aside from clogging the toilet a few times, I mean,
that's every morning.
That's really not an embarrassment.
That's,
kind of a.
I'm kind of proud of it.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
This was at the Exit Inn. We're all familiar.
Yeah.
One of the great venues in the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I had just met my now wife. So this would have been, I'm guessing, New Year's Eve of 2007.
Okay.
All right. Anybody familiar with the local band called Luna Halo?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This was awful. It's not even embarrassing. It's just terrible. And I hope I never see him again. And that's not
your wife?
No. Unfortunately, I have to see her every day. But she can't cook either. So, or clean.
Let's just spill all your wife's baggage, should we?
That's another.
Here's another
session.
thing about my wife. Here's another thing about my wife. Here's another
This
thing
will be
about
the most embarrassing thing that happened to Dagwood in divorce court.
I'm backstage with the dudes from the band.
That's
bad.
what she said.
That's what she said. So they're like, all right, we've got this great idea, man. What we want is for you to go up just a couple of minutes before midnight, like Iron Maiden, 2 minutes to midnight.
Yeah.
Get up there, man. Get the crowd pumped up, and we're going to let you know when there's 10 seconds or whatever, and we want you to go 10 and get the whole crowd to 10, 9.
Do the countdown,
8, the countdown. And right when you hit Happy New Year, we're gonna start. We're all gonna be on stage. So I go, oh, that's awesome. Hell yeah. So we get up there. I get up on stage a couple minutes before, and so we're telling the crowd. And a guy that I happen to know was standing on the side of the stage there on Exit In when you kind of walk up the steps.
Yep.
And he goes, hey, Dagwood, you been drinking tonight? And I go, no, man. I said, I'm good, man. It's New Year's Eve. I got to drive home. So this is all, we're just waiting for midnight. I'm standing on stage. So he goes, come on, man, at least have one drink. Mm-hmm. Throws me a can of beer, right? So I catch it, and everybody's going, drink, drink, drink. So not thinking about the can having been in motion, I I open this beer, and the damn thing, it goes everywhere. It goes all over the pedal boards. It's all over the stage. So the lead singer, I wish I could remember, I think it's Nathan.
Yeah.
He ran up on stage, and I was like, dude, oh my God. And me and him are down on our knees with towels 30 seconds before New Year's Eve, wiping this whole stage up.
I'm laughing because it didn't happen to me.
Yeah, it was awful. So finally somebody goes, 15 seconds. So I have the mic, and I'm like, we're wiping. At the same time, I'm going 10, 9, 8. And and we went on time, but there was beer all over. I don't even know that pedal board. They probably threw it away.
Why is there not video of this?
Why?
Well,
because it was 2007. Not everybody had
Everybody had Motorola Razors back then.
That's right.
It was
that would
awful.
be amazing.
So if for some reason the dudes from Luna Halo I'm still apologizing to you 12 years later.
Radio.